When I was living in London, I used to go to a gym to train. And one day, I met a guy there, gave me some advice about my training. And we spoke a bit, and I find him really cool. Then I saw that he was an athlete, but not just like any athlete. His name was David Adley. He was top 30 heavyweight boxer in the entire world. When I knew that, I asked him, I want to box with you. I'm not afraid of you. He smiled at me and said, okay, then after our training, we'll go upstairs. Then he introduced me to his friends. Of course, 130 kilos friends. But the reality was, I simply had no chance against them because they were stronger, faster. They were doing boxing for years and years now. But I went a couple of weeks with them. And one time I was under the shower and I just realized my ribs were hurting, my face was red of heat. And I realized, is it really worth it? And that's exactly what happened when you compare yourself to others who are way above you. And yeah, that's scary. And sometimes, yes, it can hurt your ego. And most of the people, they stop right here. But I understood that the pain I was feeling in my body wasn't a punishment. It was the cost of getting better. Even in the superhero movie, they make it very clear. Batman's parents died. That's why he's Batman. All the bad things have to happen. There is no way to get there without the bad things. After that, I hired a professional boxing coach. And the first question he asked me was, what do you hate the most? I said to him, I hate doing abs. Then he said to me, okay, let's do abs then. I smiled and asked, why? And told me, whatever you hate is what you need. And that's completely true. And let me explain. Pain and pleasure are related. I will give you an example. Let's say you eat an ice cream. Pleasure. Then you step on the scale. Pain. Now, let's say you go to the gym. Pain. Few weeks later, you look at yourself in the mirror. Pleasure. And I understood that success was related to pain. And without pain, you cannot be successful enough. But I understood also something deeper. I wasn't here just to train or be around pros. I wanted to be more. I wanted to test my limits, to push myself. And to do that, I needed to be with the best. And usually, people will say, yeah, comparison is bad. You shouldn't compare yourself to others. That's wrong. Or at least there is two categories of people. The people who, when they compare themselves, they feel bad, they want to quit. And if you are in this category, yes, I can assure you, it will destroy you. But there is also the category of people that when they compare themselves, they grow, they learn. And that was my case. Comparison was my shortcut to growth. Because it helps you defining the exact gap between where you are today and where you could become in the future. So now you have two choices. Either you quit, and by the way, it's completely fine, because at the end of the day, it's what most people are doing. But let me tell you something. The winners at the top don't care about how they feel. They still go. And with you or without you, there will always going to be champion. Or you continue. And you continue again and again. And that's why I went, because it gave me the clear path on where to go, the direction. Now I will give you a couple examples to illustrate just what I said. Let's say now your Instagram. The first part you see is a guy in Dubai next to a Lamborghini. Caption is, made 1 million in 1 week. Good for him. Huh? Next one is a guy in Tulum in the beach, chilling, and he said, sold out in 24 hours. God bless. Good, again. And those guys, they are taking private jet, go to mastermind events, and they have a crazy lifestyle. And you're still in your couch, thinking what you will eat this week to not break the budget. Because you can't believe in what you see. And that's the wrong mindset. You have to ask a single question. What did the guy actually do to get there? And maybe you realize that most of the time, those guys were broke before. They started with a tiny idea. Maybe they launched 6 businesses before. You never know. And this tiny idea, they scale it, and now they are at the top. But you don't see the sleepless nights. You don't see all the work they had to put. So I want you to pick a topic. Let's say, for example, e-commerce, and dive into it. Really learn all about it. And you know what? You have nothing to lose. Maybe 100 euro, 200 euro, maybe sometimes, who cares? You are all young. So I want you to dive and act, because by acting, you increase your chance of success, because success and acting is directly linked. Now, let's say you've been to the gym. You're feeling good. You're going home. You open Strava. You see someone lifting twice as your weight. You're saying, my God, I'm too far away. But no, again, you have to ask the single question, the easiest question. What did the guy actually do to get there? Because you realize when the guy started gym, what did he do? What was his regime? And by responding to all of those questions, you will have the clear path on where to go, your direction. I know that you love examples, so I will give you another one. Let's say you're on LinkedIn. Again, accepted to Harvard. Good, huh? Second post, accepted to Goldman Sachs in London for summer internship in investment banking. Again, good. And you have no dream school, no dream job, you're alone. And again, you feel lost because those guys are way ahead of you. But again, you just have to ask a single question. What did they do to get there? And you just have to do a simple thing. Just write them a message. Maybe they will respond. Maybe they will not respond. But take the chance. And again, by following those responses, you will have the clear path on where to go. But I understood also something else. I understood that mental is just like a muscle, you know? And you don't train it by being easy on yourself. You're training by being hard, by pain, and yes, suffering. But that's the reality. And I made a mindset shift in my head. I first compared myself to someone. I want to acquire his skills. Then I questioned, what did the guy actually do? What was his routine to follow the direction? And finally, I compete. But I'm not competing against him because I know that I will have no chance. I compete against myself of yesterday. And by doing that, I can tell you, I grew so much faster. And not just physically, but mentally. And I remember I was with David in the locker room and he told me, you know, Max, if you survive to me, you can basically survive to anyone in this planet. I smiled and I said, all I want to do in my life is prove myself. I love proving myself because when I prove myself, I feel alive. I feel strong. And by doing that, it allowed me to have a mirror in front of me to see what I had to do next. Because my mission to life is just achieving all the time. Because I want to grow until the rest of my life. I want to be at level 100 and above 100 even. It's like a video game, you know? You want to upgrade your character, I want to upgrade my character. And finally, I want you to not view comparison as a bad thing, as a toxic thing. I want you to see comparison as a way of growth. And next time you see someone smarter, stronger, faster, just be inspired. Know that there is a next level that you can reach. And to do that, yes, it will take work. But it will happen if you do the efforts. And finally, I wanted to end this speech by giving you some advice from people I know and I love. Life is very, very short, and I believe that bad things will happen, good things will happen too. You will always have a good reason to cry if you decide. You will always have a good reason to smile if you decide. I advise you to smile every time. Next is you should always strive for better. But you should also always be grateful for what you have at the moment. And finally, I believe that to grow, you have to be interested in competition of any kind. So next time, please compare yourself to grow and to become the best version of yourself. Thank you.